Cold Talks. Tune in. We're chatting about family and friends. Relationship goes together to the end. This is Cold Talks. Tune in.
What's going on, everybody? This is Cold Talks. This is season 1, episode 1. Demoris.
And Jaleesa.
Okay, and this is our first episode. We got a lot of requests about different things, different subjects to talk about. I choose to bring in this book, 5 Love Languages, because we kept getting different requests about like advice, and we not necessarily into like giving advice because we realize and we don't believe that marriage is like this one size fits all type of thing. So we may give you some advice that you don't necessarily agree with, or it just don't work for you. So this book's, I think, saved our marriage in a lot of different ways, because we used to be at each other so much because it was like forcing each other to do certain things. And what I realized was I wasn't loving her and she wasn't loving me like I wanted to be loved, or she didn't understand when my love tank, so to speak, was empty and needed to be refilled. So with that being said, we decided, we went to this couples retreat.
Yep, at Fort Bliss.
Uh-huh.
El Paso. Yeah. Shout out Fort Bliss. Let's go.
And at the couples retreat, they introduced this book about the different 5 love languages and whatnot. And I'll let you kind of explain the retreat. And
Yeah. So, went to the marriage retreat, and we learned about the 5 love languages. Like Dee said, I was busy trying to love him the way that I wanted to be loved and not the way that he wanted to be loved. And I know that sounds crazy because you're like, let me love him like I want to love him, or let me love her like I want her to love me. But that's not always the answer. You have to understand the way a person wants to be loved in order to love them appropriately. So we went on a couples retreat. We learned about the 5 love languages, and I learned that so you take a quiz, and I learned that my number 1 love language was quality time. I like spending time with Dee, and the way that I felt love was just quality time. Just, he could be playing the game because he loved video gaming. He could be playing the game, and I just want him to talk to me. So I would just sit in his man cave and just be in his presence. That was enough for me. And then my second love language was words of affirmation, which is just a simple thank you. Like, I'm around here cooking, cleaning, doing all this stuff, and dang, nigga, you can't say thank you. You want more, you know what I mean? So just a simple thank you for the kind gestures that I was showing him was enough for me. Quality time and words of affirmation. And then my third one is physical touch. So even though quality time and words of affirmation was good for me, I still wanted to be touched every now and then, a little hand hold, put my leg on them, hug, stuff like that. So that's really what it was. So,
and once I took my test, mine was words of affirmation and quality time. And so what I learned was just like she said, it was vice versa. When she's in the room watching TV, or in the living room watching TV, my presence was enough. She loved Tyler Perry shows, and I cannot stand them. But at the end of the day, I watched the back acting, just on the strength, and my other one was words of affirmation. And that was very important for me, and I realized that because in the beginning of our relationship, I wasn't working, I was just a stay-at-home dad. So a lot of things that I did, went unnoticed because she grinding, and I was just kind of like home chilling or whatnot. I was taking care of the boys, but I was just kind of like home chilling. A lot of stuff went under the radar because a lot of that was new to us, and she didn't really know and appreciate, or I'm pretty sure she appreciated it, but it wasn't spoken. She didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? So those things was important to me. And as time went on, what eventually started happening was once we went to this retreat, we we realized that it's the little things. It really is the absolute little things or whatnot. And once we started knowing how to love each other, that idle time, but I'm just somewhere chilling and she's somewhere chilling as well. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go in the room, chill with her, go ahead and spend a little time with her, whatnot. And at the end of the day, that's how everything kind of like came all together. Also, both of us had to kind of like check our ego at the door.
Yeah.
Because she stopped trying to make it a requirement for me to kind of like be in the room around her 24/7. She understood that I'm a gamer. Sometimes she can be a gamer. Yeah. She understood that both of us have very demanding careers, and sometimes quiet time, alone time is what's needed. And I will allow each other to have that. We do not need to be around each other all the time. We do not need to be, demanding of each other so much that we lose ourselves in the process. Yeah. I appreciate that she has friends, family. I'm pretty sure it's the same with me where I don't really have much friends, but at the end of the day, I got family. So she'll appreciate and understand all those qualities, because when my ear isn't available or she can't talk to me about something, I respect and appreciate the people that's in her corner that she can go to, for that extra ear and quality advice. But that's why I felt like sometimes in marriage, it's the long haul. You have to sit up. You got to figure out what work for you guys. You got to figure out each other, because it's hard for me to call somebody and ask somebody that don't know Jaleesa advice about Jaleesa. The first thing they're going to say is she's maybe not for you. She's not listening. She's not there. But they don't know the substance of her. You know what I mean? So I think it was very important for us to surround ourselves around different couples. I know we got even from afar, I admired different couples, and it wasn't necessarily taking advice from them. It was more so just kind of see how they work, and the couples that was around us, I saw how they worked, and I appreciated that. But just like I said, certain things I took from those relationships that I just kind of like brung on over to ours, because, if we would have kept on the same road of what we were doing, somebody would eventually, imploded and would have said, hey, look, I'm not happy, because now you're forcing me to do something I don't like, and I'm forcing you to do something that you don't like, and there's no happiness in that.
Right. So that's why our main point is these love languages. There are links in the bio. It's going to be links in the bio to check out this book. Every couple that we meet, we always gift them this, because like he said, this right here saved our relationship. I'm not saying that we was gonna get a divorce if we didn't know about the 5 love languages, but they absolutely helped us, because once you go through and you take the quiz, you actually learn stuff about yourself. Because I didn't even know that my love language was quality time. I knew I liked spending time with Dee and my friends and things like that, but I didn't realize how important it was. So I went through, I answered the questions, and I read in the book, you can see exactly what quality time means, see what active services means, and words of affirmation. Because you got quality time, words of affirmation, active services, physical touch, and gift giving. And I honestly thought gift giving was gonna be like one of my top love languages, because I love me a nice gift. But I really like, when you compare the questions to each other, I really care more about just spending time with and friends and family and things of that nature in order to keep my love tank full. So again, this is a good foundation for a new couple, the love languages, because they will definitely help you understand your partner. They also have it for the kids too, but that's a whole nother subject. But they have them for kids, couples, parents, and things of that nature. So what do you think, babe? Like, you feel like the love languages like helped us a lot?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask what in particular did you learn about me?
That we were similar. That we were similar because quality time is my number one, and words of affirmation is my number two. But it's swapped for him. Words of affirmation is his number one, and quality time is his number two. So I was like, wow, like, although I was loving him how I wanted to be loved, I was kind of in the same ballpark because we have the same love languages, but it just flopped. Like, my number one is his number two, and his number two is my number one. So I'm like, I'm spending time with this dude. Why he tripping? But he really wanted me to say thank you for taking the fucking trash out. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. So yeah, that's what I learned. I learned that we were similar, but just a little different or whatever. And I honestly thought his number one was physical touch, because you know how men are. You know, they want to smash all the time, want to rub up against you, you know. And so I thought that was gonna be his number one. But what is that, babe? Like your number three or your number four?
Number three.
So here I am thinking all he want to do, if I give him some tonight, he'll be good. But he really wanted me to tell him thank you for something that he did for me or the boys or the household. You know what I mean? So that was, that's what I learned. Or whatever. What about you?
It's the same thing. You know what I mean? For example, I felt like when you was like doing little house chores or whatnot, you in your zone and you wanted me to be out of the way. So I would do that. I would get out of the way. I'd do my thing. But you know, acts of services is also one of your love languages.
Yeah, number three.
And what happened was once we took this test, I realized if I just simply helped with stuff around the house, you appreciated that very much so. Mm-hmm. So what I would do, instead of, bringing groceries in the house and just getting out of your way, I would help. Help put the groceries up, help fold clothes, help put clothes up. Because when I clean, I'm just on a mission. Boom, bam, get stuff situated, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But it's actually different for you.
Yeah.
And I had to understand and appreciate that because, I can't make this, like I said, I can't make you feel a certain type of way based on how I feel.
Right.
It's more so based on how you feel and understand and how you go about doing your daily routine.
Right.
You know what I mean? So those are little things that I kind of like, we both learn throughout the process of marriage. And every day it's a different ball game. Yeah. In fact, this actually changed. We took that test maybe
year 4, year 5. We've been married 9 years, by the way. So I think year 4, year 5, we took the test. And I think when I took it the first time, my number 1 was active services and my number 2 was quality time.
Yeah.
But over time it changed because Why did it change? I think
I don't know. You just think over time, maybe that your spouse or maybe I fulfill a certain area so much that it changes like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't missing anymore because I was getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So those little things, it change over time. But just like I say with marriage, biggest thing is knowing your spouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And family is one thing, kids is another, and marriage is a whole nother. What I had to start to do over time was I had to take being a father so much out of, the marriage, because at the end of the day, that takes away from us.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to be a father because, that's easy money right there. I'm just schooling them every day, teaching them different things, correcting them when needed. But with marriage, it's a whole nother different ball game because that takes time, it takes patience, it takes
learning each other.
And listening.
Yeah.
Just like I feel like communication is number one in marriage. Me personally, I feel like communication is number one. Stopping your ego and giving your spouse space. I think a lot of people misunderstand about space because they feel like if I give you space, that's going to make you, I guess, think about not being with me or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but I think because a lot of people just scared to give each other space and time and a little understanding.
What you think it is? You think they scared that if I give this more space, he gonna go fulfill his time somewhere else, or
maybe so. Maybe some people are just real clingy like that, but that's dangerous because you don't want to be overbearing.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know in Germany, like I would game the most at night because the internet was better at night in Germany, and I would game the most at night. And you wanted me to spend time with you. You know what I mean? So it was an issue. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like
you needed that. You needed that outlet. I got you. You needed that time, and we learned that as we grew more into the relationship too, because I would go in a room and watch like 100 hours of Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And that was me. Like I needed my time. So although quality time is my number one. I need quality time with myself as well. So that's another good thing about knowing each other's love languages, because although quality time is big for me, I needed quality time with self and with him. So I know it sounds crazy, like I can't win for losing, but quality time is my love language. So I need quality time with him, quality time with myself, quality time with the boys, quality time with my friends. Quality time is important. It's just important, period. And you can't be in your feelings because your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend want quality time with themselves and others as well. That's how they communicate their love. And if they can't spend the time that they need, then that could put like a little stale in the relationship as well.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, just back to the whole words of affirmation thing, something simple. You never know how like something simple as a thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Means the world. And, I think it was one time it was a question of, how is it so easy for you to be a father but not a husband? One thing about those kids, those boys, they think you great no matter what, and they'll tell you every day, oh, whatever. And they don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle of life like your spouse do. So your spouse can like be going through what he or she is going through, and forget to tell you thank you, I appreciate you. And then next thing you know, this person is drowning without, somebody recognizing what they're saying, what they're doing. And a simple "I love you," "Thank you," "I appreciate you" means, the whole world to them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. I forgot what I was about to say.
Overall, the 5 love languages I got it here, because it's just not quality time and what we had said.
You got quality time.
You got receiving gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation,
acts of services.
And acts of services.
There you go, man. There you go.
So for the most part, that's all we got for our first episode. We just wanted to put something out.
Season 1, episode 1,
and
5 love languages.
So what we're going to end up doing is all the requests that we got in terms of what different topics we should talk about. We'll turn those into shows.
And y'all hit me up, man. Like, y'all gave me some topics. I appreciate that. Like, I really appreciate that. I didn't think y'all was going to be interested for real, man. But I should have known, because the reason why we decided to go ahead and do this is because I'm talking about family and friends for years. They be like, "Hey, D, Jalissa, why y'all want to do a podcast?" Because if you ever came to our house, if you know what I mean. Anybody that visit, couples, friends, family, we always have open floor discussions, man. We'll sit in that living room and they'll come in there like, "Hey, I got a question." And then we'll just be going. We'll go for hours. Like, we could go for hours and just be talking about different things, because we like to see perspectives. Every couple we meet, we try to learn something from them. Every friend, we always trying to learn. That's why we made a point to say that we are not therapists. We are not experts. We are not giving advice. What we're doing is we're just talking about our journey, man. We're talking about our journey and how we got here today to year 9, successfully, happy, and gracefully. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Episode 1, 5 love languages, cold talks. If you're not following us on IG, follow us on IG. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the subscribe, hit that like, and just follow, man. We're gonna try to drop a episode every week. For the fam, man. We're just gonna keep it pushing. I'm excited. Season 1, episode 1. We here, and we're gonna be here for a long time. So you might as well tune in and get zoomed in.
Yes, sir.
I'm so green. But like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. Episode 1, season 1, episode 1, 5 love language. This right here is important. This is the foundation for real.
Probably other people made the book. It's probably different versions of the book. This is a book that was given to us what we got at the marriage retreat, couples retreat, and what we did was we just took it. It's probably written by somebody else. Probably different versions of it. I don't care what it is, but I think the foundation of building a successful marriage is understand and knowing your spouse.
Yeah.
So that's all we got for episode 1.
That's it, man. Tune in next week, man. We got y'all.
All right, salute.